They left me for dead. They organized the funeral, the flowers, the speeches, and they even distributed my inheritance. But what they did not know is that I was alive. And when I opened the church door, my son dropped the envelope with the will. If this story stirs something inside you, subscribe to William's Revenge Stories. Every day we share a story that could be yours. Tell us where you are listening from. My name is William Miller. I am 74 years old, and I live in Chicago. I was a builder for 48 years, a widower, father of 2 children, and 3 days ago I woke up in a hospital with a piece of paper that said I was dead. Not sick, not critical, dead, with an official certificate, with a doctor's signature, with a funeral scheduled for tomorrow at 10 in the morning. And the worst part is not that. The worst part is that the person who killed me was my son, Robert, the boy I carried on my shoulders, the one who told me I love you, Dad, every night before sleeping. That same son signed my death certificate, and now he is organizing my burial. I open my eyes, and I do not know where I am. Everything is white, blurry. It smells like bleach. That cheap public hospital disinfectant. I have something in my nose. Tubes, many tubes. In my arms, in my hand. Adhesive tape pulling my skin. It hurts. Everything hurts. I try to move, but my body does not respond. My legs feel heavy like they are made of cement. My arms, too. I hear beeping. Machines. Distant voices. Where the hell am I? I blink. The ceiling light burns my eyes. And then I see her. A woman. White uniform. Black hair tied back in a ponytail. She is holding a blue folder. She enters without looking at me, checking papers, pen in her mouth. And when she looks up and sees me awake, everything falls from her hands. The folder hits the floor. Bam! The papers fly out. The pen rolls to my bed. She freezes, mouth open, huge eyes, and she steps back, 1 step, 2, 3, as if I were a dead man who came back to life, as if I were the devil. "Mr. Miller," she whispers, and her voice trembles. It trembles so much I can barely hear her. She puts one hand to her chest, the other to her mouth. You should not be awake." What? What does that mean? I try to speak, but my throat is closed, as if someone had squeezed my neck for hours. A groan comes out, an ugly sound, hoarse, like a wounded animal. My mouth tastes like metal, like old blood, like medicine. She approaches, slowly, nervous. She looks at the door every 3 seconds, as if someone could enter. She touches my wrist with cold fingers. Freezing. Or am I the one who is cold? I do not know. She looks for my pulse. She counts, her lips moving without sound. "I need you to stay quiet," she tells me. And there is panic in her eyes. Real panic. "Please, sir, please. If someone hears you, if someone comes in and sees you awake," she takes something out of her uniform pocket, a paper, folded in 4, with trembling hands, as if she had Parkinson's. She shows it to me, and I read, "Certificate of Death, State of Illinois, Department of Public Health." I read my name there, with all the letters. William Miller, 74 years old. Cause of death, irreversible cardiorespiratory arrest. Date, April 23rd, 2025. Time, 11:47 at night. Certifying physician, Dr. Henderson. Professional license, seal, signature, and below, with blue ink, someone wrote with clear handwriting, "Body delivered to family members for final disposition." "Sir, you are dead," she says it looking me in the eyes, and those words fall on me like stones, as if they were burying me alive. Dead. Me, William Miller, builder, the one who raised buildings with these hands. Father of Robert and Lily, grandfather of Mason, widower of Emma for 3 years. Dead. Legally dead. Officially dead. But I breathe, but my heart beats. I feel the beep of the machine. Beep, 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 synchronized with my chest. "Your family already came yesterday," says Rose. I read her badge. "Nurse Rose, your son, your daughter-in-law, They signed papers. They took a body from the morgue. Not yours. Another one. Someone without family. A fake body. They are going to bury me, but it is not me. It is another. A stranger. Someone no one claimed. My stomach twists. I feel something coming up my throat. Acid. Bile. I want to vomit. Rose hands me something. A metal basin. I vomit. A little. Yellow liquid. Bitter. My stomach hurts. My ribs. They said his face was destroyed in the accident. Rose keeps talking softly, that no one could see him like that it was very strong, very traumatic, that the coffin had to be sealed. And my daughter? The question comes out broken, with a voice like wet paper. Lily? Did they call her? Rose shakes her head, slow, with pity in her eyes. Your son said she did not deserve to know, that she was always ungrateful, that she went to London and never remembered you again. No, that is not true, Lily calls me. Or she used to call me. Every week, every Sunday, at 8 at night. Dad, how are you? Did you eat well? Did you take your medicine? Until Robert started answering my phone. Dad is asleep. Call another day. And another day never came. Robert said that. My Robert. The boy I carried on my shoulders because he did not want to walk. The one who waited for me awake even if it was 11 at night, with red eyes, fighting sleep. Dad, you made it. And he would throw himself on me, and I would hug him even if I smelled of cement, of sweat, of a long day. They are going to hold the funeral tomorrow, says Rose, and her voice breaks, like glass breaking, at 10 in the morning, St. Jude Church, the one downtown. They already sent the invitations, by WhatsApp, by Facebook. They already paid for everything. The flowers, the wreaths, the choir, the priest. She stops, swallows saliva. I hear her swallow, and they are going to read the will afterwards. In the same parish hall. Your son already spoke with a notary, with a lawyer, Mr. Phillips. Everything legal, everything prepared. My will, the one I made 2 years ago when Emma died. Half for Robert, half for Lily. Fair, even, like Emma taught me. But Lily knows nothing. Robert erased her, and he is going to keep everything. Mr. Miller. Rose leans in, her face close to mine. She smells like soap, like coffee. I heard something 3 days ago. Your son and your daughter-in-law talking to Dr. Henderson. In the hallway, outside this room. They thought no one was there, but I was cleaning the room next door. The door was open. She swallows saliva again. I heard your daughter-in-law ask, how long? And Henderson answered, 2 days, 3 maximum. I already raised the sedation to level 5, and your son asked, and the certificate? When do you sign it? Henderson said, I can date it for yesterday. That way we accelerate everything. The funeral, the inheritance, everything. Rose looks me in the eyes, and I see tears there, falling down her cheeks. I lowered the sedation dose without anyone knowing. 2 days ago, when I heard them talking, when I understood what they were going to do, she wipes her face with her uniform sleeve. Fast. My mom died 2 years ago. Alone, in a nursing home in the suburbs, because my brothers did not want to take care of her. They said they did not have time, that they did not have space, and I worked double shifts. I could not be with her when she died, and I will never forgive myself. She grabs my hand, hard, but you still have a chance. You can defend yourself. You can get justice. I need to get you out of here. Now, before anyone notices. Rose helps me sit up. Slowly. Everything hurts, as if I had been beaten with a pipe. She removes the tubes one by one. It hurts. When she rips the tape from my hand, she pulls hair, skin. She gives me clothes, gray sweatpants, a black sweatshirt. Put these on. Fast. Fast. My hands tremble. I cannot grab the pants well. They fall. Rose helps me. She dresses me like a child, like I dressed Robert when he was 3 years old. Robert, my son, the one who is killing me now. I remember when he was 5 years old. I was working on a site in the South Side, apartment building, and on Saturdays he went with me. Emma sent him. Take the boy. Let him know you. Let him see how you work. Robert ran between the concrete columns, with his cheap white sneakers, always dirty. Dad! Dad! Look! He shouted, excited, with that squeaky voice children have, and he showed me things. A rusty nail, a piece of rebar, a nut. To him they were treasures. He kept them in his pockets. I carried him. He weighed so little, as if he were made of air. I cleaned his hands with my red handkerchief, the one I always carried in my back pocket, and I bought him a popsicle from the ice cream truck. Vanilla, $5. Robert sucked it, and it dripped down his chin, down his fingers. Sticky. When I grow up, I want to be like you, Dad. A builder. And he hugged my neck, leaving my face all sticky. I laughed. I hugged him tight. He smelled of boy sweat, of baby shampoo. My son, you are going to be better than me, Robert. Much better. You are going to draw blueprints. You are going to wear a tie. You are not going to break your back like me. And I meant it, because I barely finished high school. I started working at 14, carrying bags of cement, 50 pounds each, 10 hours a day. Under the sun. My back has been twisted since I was 18. But Robert was going to be different. He was going to study. He was going to have a future. He was going to be an architect. He was going to build with his head, not with broken hands. That was my promise, my dream, to see him go further than me. At 12 years old, Robert arrived crying from school. He threw himself on the sofa, face against the cushion, shoulders shaking, that crying without sound. I went and sat beside him. I put my hand on his back. What happened, son? He took a while to answer, between sobs, between snot. The kids made fun of me. They said you are a bricklayer, that I stink of cement, that my clothes are from the discount store, that we are poor. He turned around, face red, wet, snot hanging, ugly, like children really cry. Dad, why didn't you study? Why aren't you a doctor or an engineer? That hurt me. It hurt in a place I did not know existed, but I did not get angry. I grabbed his face, with these hands full of calluses, of scars. Look at my hands, Robert. I put them in front of him, close, so he could see them well, rough, cut, burned by the sun, with broken nails, dirty. Do you see these scars? This one here? I pointed to a long one on my palm. I got it when I was 15, carrying metal sheets. It slipped, cut me to the bone, 8 stitches. This other one, I pointed to the thumb, hammer blow. It turned black. They thought I was going to lose it. I looked him in the eyes, those brown eyes that were equal to mine. Every scar paid for something, son. Your food, your school, the shoes you are wearing, this house, everything. I wiped his tears with my thumb. Do not be ashamed of me, because I will never be ashamed of you. Robert hugged me, tight, burying his face in my chest, wetting my shirt with snot and tears. I'm sorry, Dad. I'm sorry. I will never be ashamed of you again. I swear. I promise. And I believed him. I believed him with everything, because he was my son, my blood. Children do not lie to their parents. Oh yes, that promise lasted 8 years, until he met Rachel, until he became an architect, until he started making money, good money, much more than me in my entire life. And then he no longer wanted to be seen with me. He no longer introduced me to his friends. It's just that you don't fit in, Dad. They are educated people. They talk about things you don't understand. But before that, there was a moment, a perfect moment. Robert graduated as an architect at 20, State University. The ceremony was in the auditorium. Huge, with air conditioning. I was in the 5th row with my suit, the only one I have, navy blue, old, from my wedding. It was tight on me. Emma was by my side, with her floral dress, the one she used for special occasions. She was squeezing my hand, so hard it hurt. We did it, William. Our son is an architect. Her voice trembling. She was crying. Me too, like a fool, like a sentimental old man. Tears falling, without caring who saw me, because he was my son. And he had made it. When they said his name, Robert went up on stage. Black gown, square cap. He looked so big, such a man. When they gave him the diploma, he raised it and looked for us among the people. Among hundreds of heads, he saw us and smiled, and raised the diploma towards us, as if saying, "This is for you." Afterwards he looked for us outside, ran, the gown flying, and threw himself on us. Both of us. A three-way hug. "Thank you, Dad, for never letting me quit, for paying every tuition bill, even if you had to borrow, even if you had to work Sundays, even if you had to pawn things." He was crying. Robert was crying on my shoulder. And I thought, that's it. I fulfilled my duty. I gave him what I never had. 2 years later he met Rachel at a party at his firm. She was a model, or so she said. Tall, skinny, dyed blonde, long nails, painted red. The first time he brought her home. I was fixing the sink. The pipe was leaking. I had hands full of grease. Dirty shirt. Emma was cooking. Smelled like chicken soup. Like home. Rachel entered, with high heels. Miniskirt. She looked at the house, from top to bottom, like evaluating, like adding up prices. She touched the curtain. "Is this polyester?" she asked Emma. Without saying hello, without introducing herself, Emma stayed silent. Afterward Rachel looked at me, with disgust, with contempt, like someone looks at an insect. "You must be Robert's dad." Something about that woman I did not like. From the beginning, the way she spoke. "Is this building yours or do you rent?" she asked later. While we ate, "How much rent do you pay?" Robert laughed. Nervous. "Babe, those are personal questions." But she kept going. "And what did your dad do, Robert? Was he also a bricklayer?" She said it with mockery, with disgust. I looked down. Emma squeezed my hand under the table. But Robert did not defend me. He said nothing, just changed the subject. And I knew that woman was going to be a problem, that she was going to separate us. Emma knew it too, that night, lying in bed. She told me, "That woman does not love him. She loves what he can give her." But Robert was blind. "In love, she is the woman of my life, Dad. The only one. Without her I die." And I stayed silent. Because it was his life, his decision. I paid for the wedding. All of it. 100 guests. Venue with a garden view. Imported flowers. Live music. Open bar. Wedding dress brought from Miami. $20,000. Everything I had saved. Plus what I borrowed. Emma told me, "Don't spend so much, William. It is too much." But I wanted Robert to be happy. I wanted him to have the wedding I could not give Emma. I never thought I was paying for my own death. That I was buying the knife with which they would stab me later. I never thought it. 3 years ago, General Hospital, room 212. Emma has been dying for 5 days. Pancreatic cancer. Stage 4. The doctors said it was days, not weeks. And they were right. I am sitting next to her bed, holding her hand. That hand that was strong before. That cooked, that cleaned, that caressed my face. Now it is only bones covered in yellowish skin, cold, veins marked like maps. She breathes with difficulty, with a tube in her nose. Oxygen. Every breath sounds like it costs her life. And it costs her. I can see how she fights, how her chest rises and falls. Too slow, too weak. Her eyes are closed, but suddenly she opens them, looks at me and whispers, "William, come." I get closer. I stick my ear to her lips. She speaks softly, with effort. "Promise me something." Her voice is a thread. "Do not sign anything, anything, without Lily seeing it first. Do you hear me?" I nod. "Yes, love, I promise." But she squeezes my hand, with a strength I did not know she had. "No, swear it, for me, for our family. Swear it on the Bible. On our children. I break. I swear it, Emma. I swear it on the Bible. On our family. On you." She sighs, relieved, as if she had let go of a weight. "Rachel, that woman is going to destroy everything. She already started." She already put ideas in Robert's head. I saw how she looks at him, how she controls him, when I am not here. She coughs, blood in the corners of her lips. William, call Lily, now, before it is too late. I already called her love. She is on her way, leaves tomorrow from London. Emma shakes her head, weak, but desperate. Not tomorrow. Now. Let her come now. There is something I need to tell her. Something I hid, something about Robert and... The door opens. Robert enters, with coffee in his hands. 2 cups. How is Mom? He asks, but his voice sounds flat, without emotion, without urgency. Emma closes her eyes fast, squeezes my hand, like warning. I answer, the same. The doctors say that. I know what they said. Robert interrupts me, sits down, checks his cell phone. His mom dying 2 meters away, and he checks Instagram. Did you speak with Lily? Emma opens her eyes, looks at me, waiting. She comes tomorrow, I say. Robert looks up. Tomorrow. Too late. Mom won't make it to tomorrow. He says it like that, like a weather forecast. Emma lets go of my hand, like resigning herself. That night, Emma gets worse. 10 at night. The doctors run in. Her stats drop. Her heart fails. They take me out of the room. Robert is in the waiting room, asleep, on the plastic chairs, sleeping while his mother dies. I wake him up. Robert, your mom. You have to go in. Now. He gets up, yawning, enters with me. Emma has her eyes open. She looks for us, sees me, then sees Robert, and a tear falls. Alone, silent. I reach out my hand, grab hers. I am here, love. I am here. She squeezes, weak, looks at Robert. Son, her voice almost doesn't come out. Take care. Take care of your father. Please, take care of him. Robert nods. Yes, Mom. I will take care of him. But his face says nothing. Empty. Emma looks at me. One last time, and whispers, so softly that only I hear. Careful, and she goes. 6 in the morning, March 23rd. My Emma, my life, gone. Funeral 3 days later. Maine Funeral Home, 100 people, maybe more. I am sitting in the first row, in front of the casket, open. Emma looks beautiful. They put on her blue dress, the one from our last anniversary. She is wearing makeup. But she doesn't look like herself. She looks like a wax doll. People cry. Mrs. Rose, Mr. Henry, neighbors, friends of a lifetime. And I cry like I never cried. Not when my father died. Not when my mother died. This is different. It is as if they ripped my heart out. Lily arrived yesterday. She is by my side, crying too, hugging me. But Robert is standing next to the casket. Black suit, black tie. And he doesn't cry. Not a tear. His eyes are dry. Serious face, but not sad. And that hurts me. It hurts more than death itself. Rachel is there, with a black dress, but short, tight, with heels, red. At her mother-in-law's funeral, red heels. She is talking to someone, a friend. I see them from my seat. I don't hear well, but I read her lips. How much did she leave? The friend asks. Rachel shrugs. I don't know yet, but Robert says there are properties. Quite a few, she smiles. At my wife's funeral. She smiles, already talking about inheritance. I feel like screaming at her, throwing her out. But I can't move. I am paralyzed. By grief, by disbelief. Lily notices. Dad, are you okay? I shake my head. That woman. I point to Rachel. Lily sees her, sees the smile, sees the red heels, and her face transforms. From sadness to fury. Bitch, she whispers. And I don't correct her, because she is right. 3 days after the funeral, I am at home, in the kitchen, drinking coffee, alone. Lily stayed 2 days and had to go back. Work, responsibilities. I understand, but it hurts. It hurts to be alone in this house. in the house I built with Emma, where every corner has her memory. Knock on the door. Robert, with Rachel. They enter without waiting for an answer. Dad, we need to talk. They sit at the table. Rachel takes out papers from her bag. Look, father-in-law. We ran the numbers, the funeral expenses, the hospital, Mom's debts. It all adds up. A lot, Robert continues. We need to sell something to pay, to be at peace. I look at him without understanding. Sell? Sell what? Rachel points to the papers. The house on Main Street. You don't use that one. It is rented. But the tenants don't pay well. If we sell quickly, we can. No. My voice comes out hard. I sell nothing. Those properties are for you. For when I die. Not now. Robert insists. Dad, it is necessary. The debts. What debts? I paid everything. The hospital, the funeral, everything. With my savings. Rachel sighs. Impatient. Father-in-law, you don't understand. There are expenses you don't see. Lawyers, notaries, taxes, and you are not in a condition to handle all that. At your age, I am 71 years old. I am not useless. We didn't say that. Robert stands up, walks. But Dad, we need help, professional help, to manage your estate, to protect you. He puts papers in front of me. Many. This is a power of attorney. Just sign here, and I take care of everything. Of the banks, of the properties, of everything. So you don't worry. I remember Emma. Promise me you won't sign anything. I grab the papers, push them away. No, I don't sign. We talk later. With Lily, Rachel stands up, offended. Lily, the one who went to London and left you alone. That Lily. And they leave, angry, leaving me alone, with fear. 1 week later, I am cleaning Emma's closet. Her dresses, her shoes, everything smells like her perfume. Gardenia, cheap, but she liked it. I cry while I fold her clothes. To donate, to give away. And I find something, a shoebox, hidden in the back, behind everything. I open it. Letters, many, written by hand, with Emma's handwriting, all addressed to me. William, if you are reading this, it is because I am gone. I read, one after another, trembling. Rachel is stealing. I saw bank statements in her purse. From accounts I don't know. With Robert's money, a lot of money. I don't know where it came from. Another letter. Robert changed. He is no longer my son. He is another, cold, distant. When I asked him about the money, he got angry. Screamed at me. He had never screamed at me. Another, William, be careful. That woman wants everything, and Robert is letting her. Do not sign anything. Please, protect yourself. I sit on the closet floor, surrounded by Emma's dresses, by her letters, by her warnings, and I cry. I cry because she was right. I cry because I didn't listen when she could tell me. I cry because now I am alone, completely alone, without Emma, without her protection, without her intuition, without her strength. The house feels empty, huge, every room an echo, every corner a memory, and for the first time in my life. After 50 years of marriage, I feel old, really old, vulnerable, weak and scared, because Emma left, and she took the light from this house, and what remained is darkness and silence and fear. Rose dresses me like a child, puts on the pants, the sweatshirt. My hands don't work. They tremble too much. We leave through a back door. Emergency stairs. Smells like urine. Garbage. Outside it is dark, cold. A taxi waits for us. Rose pushes me inside. To Henry's Bakery, downtown. Fast. The driver starts. I look out the window. Empty streets, streetlights passing, and I think of Robert, of when this all started, of when my son stopped being my son. It was years ago, long before the pills, long before the hospital. It started the day Rachel walked into his life, and I saw it. My God, I saw it. and I did nothing. The first time Rachel looked at me like garbage was at Mason's birthday. My grandson was turning 7, April last year. I arrived with a huge gift, wrapped in red paper with gold bows. A tricycle, red, shiny, like the one I bought Robert when he was that age. It cost me $200. Everything I had saved that month. Mason was in the garden, with other children, running. When he saw me, he shouted, "Grandpa, Grandpa," and ran towards me, arms open. But Rachel appeared, from nowhere, grabbed him by the arm, hard. Mason made a face of pain. "Mason, say hello to your grandfather, and go with your cousins," like that, like an order, like a scolding. Mason looked at me, confused. But Grandpa brought a gift. Rachel pulled him. "Harder. We open it later." "Go!" And she pushed him towards the other children. Mason went, head down, dragging his feet, and I stayed there, standing in the middle of the garden, with the gift in my hands, feeling like an idiot. Rachel looked at me, up and down, with disgust. "Father-in-law, there is food inside, sandwiches, soda," and she left, just like that, leaving me alone. I went into the house. There was a long table with food, cheese sandwiches, sodas, but there was also another table, more elegant, with white tablecloths, with canapes, with wines, with imported cheeses. That one was for the adults, for Rachel's friends. I sat in a corner, in a plastic chair, ate a sandwich, tasted like nothing. I watched Robert on the other side of the garden, laughing with his friends, men with brand-name shirts, with Rolex watches, with Ferragamo shoes, drinking wine, talking about investments, trips, things I didn't understand. Robert saw me once. Our eyes met, and he looked away. Fast. As if he didn't know me. As if I were a stranger. As if he was ashamed that his friends knew that old man with a home-ironed shirt and old shoes was his father. That hurt more than any blow. At 8 at night I got up. It was already dark. The children were still playing. Mason hadn't opened my gift. It was forgotten in a corner, next to other unopened gifts. I looked for Robert to say goodbye. He was on the terrace, smoking a cigar, with 2 guys, laughing at something. I approached. "Son, I'm leaving." Robert turned, surprised, as if he didn't know I was there. "Oh, okay, Dad. Thanks for coming." And he turned back, towards his friends, without hugging me, without walking me to the door, without anything. One of the guys asked, "Is that your dad?" And Robert answered, softly, but I heard, "Yes, he is leaving." That was all. He is leaving. I walked alone to the bus stop, 4 blocks. In the dark, my feet hurt, my shoes were tight. They were old, the sole was worn. I waited for the bus 30 minutes. It was cold. I sat on a bench, alone, and I cried, like a foolish old man, like a rejected grandfather, hot tears falling, without making noise. Because I already knew something had changed, that my son didn't want me around anymore, that I was a burden, an embarrassment, something to hide. After that night, I stopped insisting on visiting. "Dad, today we can't. Dad, we are busy. Dad, better another day." There was always something, and I stopped calling. Mr. Henry told me one afternoon. I was at his bakery, like always, drinking coffee with a pastry, chocolate. Henry sat across from me. "William, what happened with Robert? I don't see him around here anymore. He used to come every Sunday to buy bread, rolls for you. And not anymore." I shrugged. I didn't want to talk. It hurt to talk. "He is busy, Henry." Henry shook his head. "Busy my ass. Yesterday I saw him pass in his new SUV, a black BMW, tinted windows. He passed by here. Saw you sitting in the window, and accelerated. He didn't even wave. He looked at me fixedly. That is not your son anymore, buddy. I don't know who he is, but he is not the boy I knew." 3 months back, Robert came to my house, without warning, knocked on the door. I was watching television, the news. I opened. "Son, What a surprise! He entered. But he wasn't alone. He brought a man, young, 40-something, white shirt, tie, briefcase, Dad. He is Dr. Henderson. I want him to check you. I worry about your health. The doctor smiled. Whitest teeth. Perfect. Fake. Nice to meet you, Mr. Miller. Robert has spoken a lot about you. He shook my hand. Strong, professional, but there was something in his eyes, cold, calculating, like a used car salesman. He sat down, took things out of his briefcase, stethoscope, blood pressure monitor, flashlight, checked me, fast, pressure, heart, reflexes, and then the question started. Do you feel confused lately? Do you forget where you put things? Do you get tired walking? I answered yes to everything, because it was true. Yes, I got tired. Yes, I forgot things. I am 74 years old. It is normal, right? Henderson wrote everything down, in a notebook, with doctor handwriting, illegible. Mr. Miller needs medication. His pressure is high. His heart beats irregular, and there are signs of cognitive deterioration. Cognitive deterioration. Sounded ugly to me. Like disease. Like old age. Like useless. Robert nodded. Serious. Worried. What does he need, doctor? Henderson smiled. Supervision and controlled medication. I take care of it. Since that day, Robert came every day. At 8 in the morning. Punctual. With a plastic bag. With pills. 3 pills. 1 blue, 1 white, 1 yellow. Take them, Dad. They are important. And he gave me a glass of water. From the jug. I took them. Because he was my son. Because I trusted him. Because I thought he was taking care of me. But I started feeling weird. More tired. More dizzy. The days became blurry. I didn't know if it was Monday or Friday. I slept at 3 in the afternoon and woke up at 7 at night, without knowing where I was. My house, the one I built with Emma, started feeling like a prison, dark, cold, lonely. One afternoon I looked for the papers I signed. When Emma died, I kept them in a drawer. In the desk in the living room, power of attorney, I took it out, read it, slowly, word for word, and I understood. I had given Robert total control, absolute, over everything. My bank accounts, my properties, the building downtown, the house, everything, in case of mental or physical incapacity. My signature was there. With blue ink, Robert Miller is empowered to dispose, sell, transfer, mortgage. My hands trembled. I let the paper fall. I had given him the weapon, myself, with my signature, with my stupidity, with my damn trust of a foolish father. The taxi stops in front of the bakery. The green letters shining in the dark. Rose helps me get down, pays the driver, knock on the door. Your friend lives upstairs. And she goes, fast, nervous, looking everywhere. I knock. Once, twice, 3 times. Hard blows. Desperate. I hear footsteps inside. Heavy, slow. The door opens. Henry, with striped pajamas, barefoot, white hair standing up, sees me, freezes, mouth open, and drops the coffee cup he was holding, smashes against the floor, pieces flying, coffee splashing. William, his voice barely comes out, a whisper. But Robert called me yesterday. He told me that. He cannot finish. His eyes fill with tears. He told me you were dead. I enter. Henry closes the door. Fast, with the lock, with the chain, takes me to the living room, sits me in his old armchair, the one where we sat to watch football on Sundays. What happened? What did they do to you? His voice broken, scared. I tell him everything, since the pills, since the hospital, since I woke up dead. Henry listens, quiet, face paler and paler, redder. Son of a bitch, he says when I finish. Stands up, walks in circles. Son of a bitch, your own son, your blood. Sits down, stands up, cannot be still. And I understand, because I wouldn't be able to either if I were him. If they told me someone did this, but it is not someone, it is my son. Rose said she heard something. I tell Henry, My voice comes out hoarse, scratchy. 3 days ago, Robert and Rachel talking to the doctor. In the hospital hallway. Henry sits down, leans forward. What did she hear? I swallow saliva. My throat hurts. Dry, Rachel asked. How long? And Henderson answered, 2 days. Maximum 3. I already raised the sedation. Henry turns white. Sedation. They were sedating you. I nod. So I wouldn't wake up. So I would die sleeping. Henry covers his mouth with his hands, as if he were going to vomit. My God, breathes deep, strong. What else? They talked about the certificate. Henderson said he could date it for a day before, to accelerate the funeral. Henry stands up, goes to the kitchen, returns with water. Gives me a glass. I drink, slowly. The water is cold. It hurts to swallow. And your daughter, Lily? I shake my head. Robert didn't tell her. Said she didn't deserve to know. That she was always ungrateful. Henry throws the glass. Smashes against the wall. Pieces falling. Water dripping. No, not that. Lily calls you every week. Every week. I have seen her call you. Here. When you come to the bakery. How is she going to be ungrateful? I shrug. I don't know anything anymore. I don't understand anything anymore. I only know my son wants me dead, and that he almost succeeded. Henry sits down, grabs his head with his hands. Listen, William, I need to tell you something. Something I know for months. He looks at me. Red eyes. I had suspicions. For some time. Since Robert started visiting you every day. That wasn't normal. You told me. Henry. Robert comes every day now. How good. What a good son. But to me it sounded weird. Very weird. He stands up, goes to a drawer, takes out a folder. Old. Manila. With papers. Many. I hired an investigator, a friend, retired cop. Asked him to check Robert, to see what he was doing. Opens the folder, shows me papers. William, Robert sold 2 of your properties. 3 months ago. The house on Main Street, and the commercial space downtown. I run out of air, out of voice. What? Henry points to the papers. Deeds, contracts, signatures. He sold them below price, fast, in cash. $500,000 each, $1 million total. I grab the papers. My hands tremble so much I can barely read them. But it is there, my name, my signature. But it is not my signature. It is similar, but it is not mine. He forged my signature. Henry nods. And the money is in an offshore account, in the Cayman Islands. In the name of Rachel Miller, I am going to die. Really. My heart beats so fast I feel it is going to explode. Henry takes out more papers, photos, from a cell phone, printed. And there is more. Shows me a photo, Rachel, with a man, young, muscular, tattoos on his arms, shaved hair. They are kissing, in a cafe, in broad daylight. Another photo, both entering a hotel. Another, leaving, holding hands. Her personal trainer, Brandon, her lover, Robert knows, and he doesn't care. Shows me messages, WhatsApp screenshots, from a phone I don't know. Rachel. When the old man dies, we leave. You, me and the money. Robert is an idiot, but a useful idiot. Brandon, and your husband. Rachel, screw him. He already gave me what I needed. Access to the inheritance. I cannot breathe. I drown. Henry gives me air, fans me with a newspaper. Calm down, buddy. Calm down. But I can't. It is too much. My son, my Robert, is robbing me, is killing me, and his wife is cheating on him, and he knows, and he doesn't care, because he has my money, because he can live well, because I am a nuisance that must be eliminated. Henry grabs me by the shoulders. William, listen to me. There is more. Something worse. Worse. What can be worse? Rose called me an hour ago, before getting you out of the hospital. She told me something else she heard. Something about a clinic. After the funeral, Henry breathes deep. Rachel asked, and after the funeral, what do we do with him? He cannot stay in the hospital forever. He looks at me fixedly, and Robert answered, Henderson has a private clinic. Up north, for neurological rehabilitation. We transfer him there after the burial. No one asks anything. And there Henderson finishes the job. Natural cardiac arrest, due to complications, and immediate cremation. I feel like I am going to faint. The room spins. William, do you understand what it means? They were going to kill you later, really, physically. So there were no loose ends. Legally dead now, physically dead later, without a body, without an autopsy, without anything. Henry grabs my face. But Rose saved you, took you out in time. You are alive, but I don't feel alive. I feel dead inside, empty, as if someone had ripped everything out. My son, the boy I carried, who I taught to ride a bike, who I paid for college, wants me dead. Really, not just on paper. He wants me erased from existence, as if I never existed, as if 50 years of work were worth nothing, as if my love was worth nothing. Henry hugs me, tight. Cry, buddy, cry, let it out. And I cry, like I haven't cried since Emma died. Strong sobs, ugly, without control, chest shaking, snot falling. Henry holds me, like a brother, like the only one I have left. When I calm down, Henry wipes my face with a towel. William, you need to contact Lily. Now. Right now. Before the funeral. She has to know. I take out my cell phone. From the sweatpants pocket, miracle it is still there, has low battery. 5%, I dial, from memory. The number in London rings. Once, twice. Please answer, please. Dad, her voice. Lily, my girl. After months, I break. Lily, daughter, I need you to come. Now. Already. Your brother is killing me. And I tell her everything, between tears, between sobs. She cries on the other side. I am going there. Dad, tomorrow. First flight. I swear. I hang up. Look at Henry. My daughter is coming. I am no longer alone. And Henry nods. You were never alone, buddy. I was always there. And I will always be. It is 4 a.m. Henry and I are sitting in his living room, in silence. He drinking coffee, me with water. I cannot drink coffee. My hands tremble so much I would spill it. Henry turns on his old computer. The screen flickers. Blue, black, blue again. William, you need to see this. Opens Facebook, enters his account, and searches. Robert Miller. The profile appears. Robert's photo, smiling, with a suit, with Rachel by his side, with Mason, a perfect family. Henry clicks on something. A post. From yesterday, 9 p.m, and I read, with deep pain, the Miller family communicates the sensitive passing of our beloved father, father-in-law and grandfather, William Miller, who departed to the house of the Lord on April 23rd at 11:47 at night. His remains will be viewed on April 24th at 10 a.m. at St. Jude Church, downtown. Please confirm attendance. Below. Comments. Hundreds. I am so sorry, Robert. My condolences. May he rest in peace. He was a great man. Lies. Everyone lying. Because I am not dead. But for them, yes. For the whole world. William Miller died last night. Henry keeps scrolling down. More comments. A photo. Of me. Old. From 10 years ago. When I still had black hair. When Emma lived. I am smiling. With a white shirt. At a family meal. Happy. Alive. And now that photo is my obituary. My farewell. Henry points to something. Look at this. A comment from Rachel. Posted 3 hours ago. Thanks to everyone for your signs of affection. My father-in-law was a hard-working and dedicated man. We will miss him a lot. The family asks for privacy in these difficult moments. They gave it 150 likes, 50 more comments, all saying the same. Condolences, peace, rest, and I am here, alive. watching my own funeral on a computer screen. And Lily? I ask. My voice comes out broken. Henry searches, enters my daughter's profile. Lily Miller, lives in London, UK. Her last post is from 2 days ago. A photo of a park with her nurse uniform. Long day, but satisfying. Nothing about me, nothing about my death. Because she doesn't know. Robert didn't tell her. Henry closes the computer. I called her old number. An hour ago. No answer. She changed numbers. I want to die. My daughter. 4,000 miles away. Without knowing her brother is killing me. Without being able to come. Without being able to defend me. Robert planned it perfect. Without uncomfortable witnesses. Without questions. Only him, only Rachel, only the money. Henry takes out his phone, opens WhatsApp. Look at what Robert sent me, shows me. A message from yesterday, 8 at night. Mr. Henry. I regret to inform you that my father passed away this morning. Massive stroke. It was fast. He didn't suffer. The funeral will be tomorrow at 10 a.m. at St. Jude Church. I hope to count on your presence to say goodbye to him, as he deserves. Regards, Robert Miller. Formal, cold, like an office email, like a meeting invitation, not like the message of a destroyed son who just lost his father. Henry looks at me. See? He doesn't even sound sad. He sounds relieved. Henry has more. Photos. From the funeral home. A friend of his took them. Yesterday afternoon. Shows them to me one by one. The casket. Black. Shiny. Closed. Name engraved on a gold plate. William Miller. 1950. 2025. Flower wreaths around. White. Purple. With ribbons. From your son who loved you so much. Rest in peace, Dad. Always in our hearts. Lies. All lies written on silk ribbons. Henry passes to another photo. Robert, standing next to the casket, with black suit, black tie. But he is not crying. He is checking his phone, with a hand in his pocket, casual, like waiting for the bus. Another photo. Rachel, with black dress, deep neckline, high heels, red, at a funeral, red heels, perfect makeup, false eyelashes, red lips. She doesn't look like a widow. She looks like a runway model. She is smiling, talking to someone, with a glass in her hand. Glass? In a funeral home, Henry explains. They put a bar with wine, with whiskey, with snacks, as if it were a party. Shows me another photo. The table, with appetizers, with cheeses, with prosciutto, with bottles of red wine, expensive labels, all paid with your money. William. With the cards Robert has access to since you signed the power of attorney, I feel I am going to drown. This is not a funeral. It is a celebration. They are celebrating my death. Henry puts the phone away, breathes deep. There is something else, something I need to tell you. Stands up, walks to the window, moves the curtain a little, looks outside. Dark still. A month ago I came to see you. Remember? I think. A month ago. Yes, he came. Knocked on the door. I was asleep. On the sofa. Robert attended him. You couldn't enter. Henry turns. Looks at me. Red eyes. Robert told me you were asleep. That you didn't want visitors. That you were very tired. I nod. I remember that day. Vaguely. But I heard your voice inside. Saying, "Who is it?" And Robert shouted, "No one." Dad, go back to sleep. Henry approaches. Kneels in front of me. He blocked me. Your son blocked my entry. To me, your friend of 50 years. The tears fall. Without control. Without noise. Henry grabs my hands. He was isolating you. Buddy, so no one would see you, so no one would suspect. To kill you slowly, without witnesses. He is right. I haven't seen anyone for months. Only Robert. Only Rachel. When she came with her questions, with her fake smiles. Only them. Dr. Henderson. No one else. Not neighbors, not friends, not Lily, not even my grandson. Mason stopped coming 4 months ago. He is very busy with school. Dad, lie. They took him away. They took me away from everyone. So when I disappeared, no one would ask. No one would miss. No one would search. What am I going to do, Henry? My voice comes out broken. Destroyed. My son wants me dead. Really. Legally. Physically. He wants me erased. Henry lets go of my hands, stands up, walks, thinks. You are going to your funeral. William looks at me. Serious. Firm. You are going to walk through that church door, and you are going to show them that you are alive, that they couldn't beat you, and you are going to get your life back. Your dignity. Your name. I shake my head. I can't. I am too old. Too tired. You are alive, Henry shouts. Grabs me by the shoulders. Shakes me. Do you hear me? You are alive. And while you are alive, you can fight. You can defend yourself. Or are you going to let them win? Are you going to let them keep everything? Your house? The sweat of 50 years? Emma's memory? Emma, my wife, the one who told me to take care of Robert, to protect him. But she didn't tell me to protect myself from him. I look at Henry, and for the first time in days I feel something. Not pain, not fear. Rage, fury, hot, clean, just. You are right. My voice comes out different, stronger. I am going to my funeral. I am going to stand in front of my son, and I am going to show him he cannot kill me. That I am not a useless old man who gives up. Henry smiles. Sad but proud. That is my buddy, the William I know, helps me stand up. Now rest. Tomorrow is going to be a long day, the day the dead man resurrects. I cannot sleep. It is 6 a.m. Henry is in the kitchen making coffee. The smell reaches me, bitter, strong. I get up from the sofa where I tried to sleep. Everything hurts. My back, my legs, my head. I walk slowly. Henry sees me. Did you sleep? I shake my head. I couldn't. He serves me coffee. In a red cup, old, chipped, the same one I always drink from when I come. I have something else to show you. Takes something out of a drawer. A cell phone. It is not his. It is. That is Mason's phone. Henry nods. I took it from him a month ago. When he came to buy bread, he left it on the counter, playing with it. Then he ran out, without remembering. He turns it on. No password. Children never put one. Opens WhatsApp. Enters a group. The Millers. 3 members. Robert. Rachel. Mason. Henry passes me the phone. Read from here. Points to a message. From 3 months ago, January 20th. Rachel. I already spoke with Henderson. He says it is easy. Increase the dose little by little. Will look natural, like deterioration due to age. My hand trembles. I almost drop the phone. Henry holds it with me. Robert responds. How long? Rachel. 2 months. 3 maximum. Depends on how his body reacts. Afterwards, we can accelerate the process if necessary. Accelerate the process. They are talking about killing me. Like someone talking about a procedure. A repair. Something that needs to be finished fast. I keep scrolling down. Hands sweating. Phone slipping, Robert writes. And if he wakes up, and if he realizes something, my dad is stubborn. If he suspects, he will make a scandal. Rachel. He won't wake up, babe. Henderson knows exactly what dose to give him. It will keep him sedated, confused, unable to react. And if by chance he gets difficult, it stops. Accident. Falls down the stairs. Hits his head. Breaks his hip. At his age it is normal. No one can prove anything. And if he survives the fall, we finish him in the hospital. Henderson takes care of it. My stomach empties. I vomit. Right there, on Henry's kitchen floor. Yellow liquid. Acid. Burning. Henry wipes my mouth with a towel. Gives me more water. Keep going. You need to see everything. I don't want to, but I have to. I scroll down more. March 22nd. Message from Robert. Henderson confirmed. He has space in his private clinic up north. After the funeral and transferring the assets, we take him there. 2 days sedated and done. Problem solved, Rachel responds. And the body. We cannot leave it in a hospital. They will ask questions. Robert. Cremation. Immediate. Henderson has contacts at a crematorium, without autopsy, without anything. We pay him extra for that. $3,000. Cheap for the service. Another message from Robert. It is perfect. He dies officially now. We bury him with another body. And he dies really later. In the clinic. No one can prove anything. There is no corpse to analyze. Just ashes. Ashes. They were going to turn me into ashes. Into dust. Into nothing. Henry takes the phone from me. Hugs me. I cry on his shoulder. Like a child. Like a broken old man. Enough, buddy. Enough. But I cannot stop. It is too much. My son, my blood, planned all this. With details. With dates. With prices. Like an architecture project. Like a building site. Only the site was my death. The project was erasing me from existence. Henry lets me go. Wipes my tears with the towel. Gives me the phone again. There is more. But this is different. It is from Mason, and it is worse. I look at him without understanding. Worse? What can be worse? Henry scrolls down, reads, "It is from the family group, but from a month ago." Henry shows me the screen. Message in the family group. A month ago, March 5th. Mason. Mommy. Why does Brandon sleep in my room when Dad is not here? My heart stops, freezes. My grandson, 8 years old, asking that. I read Rachel's response. He doesn't sleep in your room, my love. He sleeps in the guest room. Don't invent things. But Mason insists. Another message, but I heard them. You were making weird noises. And you were screaming. And afterwards he came out of your room shirtless. Rachel, shut up. Mason, don't be a liar. If you keep inventing things, I am going to punish you. Do you hear me? Another message from Mason. 2 weeks ago. Dad, why do you count so much money on the table? Is it Grandpa's? No answer. The message remains seen. Blue check marks. And afterwards, nothing. Silence. Robert didn't answer. Just saw it. And ignored it. Henry looks at me. Serious. Sad eyes. William, your grandson saw everything, heard everything. That is why he left the cell phone at the bakery. It was not an accident. It was not forgotten. It was on purpose. I don't understand. How on purpose? Henry sits, rubs his face. Tired. The boy is 8 years old. But he is not stupid. That day, a month ago, he appeared in the bakery, running, scared, sweating, as if someone was chasing him. Entered screaming, "Mr. Henry! Mr. Henry!" I gave him water, asked him what was wrong. Nothing. I just want bread. I gave him a pastry. He sat on the counter, took out his cell phone, started playing. 5 minutes later, Rachel entered, furious, with a red face. "Where is Mason? Have you seen him?" The boy looked at me, with fear, with terror, and hid, in the back, in the storage room, among the flour sacks. Henry continues. I told Rachel I hadn't seen him. She didn't believe me. Entered the back room. Searched. Screamed his name. Mason. Come out now. I am going to give you a beating. But the boy didn't come out. She searched 5 minutes. And left. Furious. When she left, I waited. Mason came out of the storage room, crying, with snot, with a dirty face. Wiped himself with his shirt sleeve. "Mr. Henry, don't tell my mom I was here. Please, please." And he ran out, through the back door, without his cell phone. He left it there, on the counter. And I stayed with it, thinking he would come back. But he never came back. Now I understand. He left it so I would see it. So someone would see the truth. Because he cannot speak. Because he is scared. On purpose? I ask again. Need to confirm it. Henry nods, slowly. Sure, that boy is traumatized. William, he heard his mom with the lover. In his room. In his bed. He saw his dad counting money. Your money. The money from your inheritance. While you were alive. Heard the conversations. About killing you. About the funeral. About everything. And he tried to warn you. But Robert caught him. Shows me another message. Older. 2 months ago. From Mason in the group. Grandpa, I am scared that you are very sick. Can I go see you? Rachel responds. No. Grandpa needs to rest. Don't bother him. He is very delicate. Mason insists. But I miss him. I haven't seen him for 2 months. Rachel. I already told you no. Obey. And Robert. What does Robert say? Nothing. He doesn't defend his son. Doesn't explain. Nothing. Henry scrolls down more. There is another one. In private. Between Robert and Mason. Message deleted. But I recovered it with an app. Shows me. From Robert to Mason. A month ago. If you talk about Grandpa again, I am going to hit you. Do you understand? Grandpa is not your business. Stop screwing around. My grandson. Threatened. By his own father. For asking about me. For wanting to see me. For wanting to save me. Another message. From Mason to Robert. No answer. Dad. Is Grandpa going to die for real? I am scared. Scene. No answer. And afterwards, 3 days later, Mason writes in the group, the question that breaks me. Mommy, is Grandpa going to die? My grandson, 8 years old, asking, knowing, fearing, suffering alone. Rachel responds, yes, my love, but it is going to be better this way. Grandpa is very old. He is already tired, very sick. He is going to rest. He is going to stop suffering, Mason, but we are going to miss him. I read Rachel's response, and something inside me dies, a little bit. But don't worry, we are going to be fine. We are going to have a lot of money. Remember Disneyland? Mickey Mouse games? Well, we are going to be able to go. And to Paris. And wherever you want. All thanks to Grandpa. Thanks to Grandpa. Because they are going to kill me. Because they are going to rob me. Because I am going to disappear. And with my death they are going to buy fun. They are going to buy trips. They are going to buy my grandson's happiness with my corpse. With my ashes. With my memory. And Robert. What did Robert say to all this? I scroll down. I search. There it is. His answer. An emoji. A yellow smiley face. That was all. As if they were talking about the weather. About a movie. About what they are going to have for dinner. Not about my murder. Not about turning me into ashes. A smiley face. My son. The one I carried on my shoulders. The one I took care of when he had a fever. The one who cried on my chest when he was rejected. Responded with an emoji. Henry takes the phone from me again. Enough, William, but I cannot leave it. Keep going. Show me everything. Henry sighs. There are audios. From Rachel. To her lover. Play them. My voice comes out hard. Cold. I need to listen to everything. I need to see how far the betrayal goes. Henry presses play. Rachel's voice. Audio from a week ago. Excited. Happy. Like a child at Christmas. Babe. Almost there. This nightmare is almost over. The old man is getting worse. Yesterday I saw him. He didn't even recognize me. Asked who I was. Perfect. Henderson says maximum 2 weeks. And afterwards, you and I get out of here. With everything. With the money. With the properties. With everything that old man hoarded like a rat for 50 years. She laughs. An ugly laugh. Like a witch. Robert is an idiot. But a useful idiot. He signed everything I put in front of him. Everything. The power of attorney. The transfers. Everything. Without reading. Like a sheep. My blood boils. My ears burn. Chest tight. A man's voice. Deep. Mocking. Brandon. The lover. And your asshole husband doesn't suspect anything. Does not seem weird to him that I am fucking you almost every day? Rachel lets out a laugh. Loud. Obscene. Robert? Please. That coward is so busy counting how much he is going to inherit that he sees nothing else. He cares more about the money than his pride, than his manhood. As long as I give him access to his dad's accounts. He can see me screwing half of Mexico and he won't say anything. Pause. Heavy breathing. Besides, I already told him. When I have all the money I divorce him, give him his part. And you and I leave, far away, to Canada. Or to London, where no one knows us. Another audio. More recent. From 3 days ago. Rachel again. It's done, babe. Henderson already signed. Death certificate dated for yesterday. Funeral tomorrow. Closed casket. Fake body inside. No one will know. In 2 days I transfer the first million. Half for me. Half for Robert. And we start the paperwork for the properties. Henderson takes 200,000. For the whole package. The certificate. The clinic. The cremation. Everything included. She laughs again. It is like buying an all-inclusive package at a travel agency. Only instead of vacations, we buy the death of a troublesome old man. Henry stops the audio. Looks at me. I cannot speak. Jaw tight. Teeth grinding. Henry speaks for me. Your daughter-in-law, the mother of your grandson, speaks like that about you. It is not a question. It is a statement. Henry takes out more papers. Prints. Screenshots. 2 weeks ago, Rachel transferred $200,000 to an account in the name of Brandon Suarez. Your money. So her lover buys a condo in Cancun. Shows me the receipt. Bank transfer from my account. The one Robert manages. $200,000. March 22nd. And there is more. Your son sold 2 properties without telling you. Using the power of attorney. The house on Main Street. $500,000. And the place downtown. Another $500,000. Sold below price. Fast. To liquidate. The money is in the Cayman Islands. In an offshore account. In Rachel's name. $1 million. Disappeared. Stolen. By my son and his wife. I worked 30 years to buy those properties. 30 years of sun. Of tiredness. Of sacrifice. And they sold them in 2 months. As if they were trash. If you are listening to my story, please tell me in the comments where you are watching us from. Sometimes knowing there are people in the world listening gives me strength to continue. It is the night before the funeral. Wednesday, 10 at night. Henry and I are in his living room, reviewing everything. He has papers everywhere, photos, screenshots, recordings. Tomorrow you arrive. You enter, and you destroy them. Sounds easy when Henry says it, but my hands tremble. My body is weak. I can barely walk without a cane. And if I can't? And if I faint? And if? Henry interrupts me. You are not going alone. I go with you. Lily, too. Rose declared before a notary this afternoon. Everything she saw, what she heard, and Mr. Phillips comes tomorrow morning with the real will, the one you made 2 months ago, leaving everything to charity. I nod, but fear eats me inside. My phone vibrates. It is on the table, charging. The screen lights up. WhatsApp message. Robert, my heart jumps. Stupid, pathetic, that hope that never dies, the one that kills you little by little. I grab the phone, hands sweating. I open the message and read, Dad, if you could see me now, if you could see everything I achieved with your example, you would be proud. I know I was not always the best son, that sometimes I let you down, but everything I did, everything I did thinking of us, of our family, of giving you a better future. Tomorrow is going to be difficult, but I am going to be fine, because I know you taught me to be strong. I am going to miss you, Dad, a lot. Rest in peace. I read the message 3 times. 4. The words stab me, like knives. I am going to miss you. Rest in peace. He is saying it to me. Alive. Breathing. Writing from a dead man's phone. Henry approaches. Reads over my shoulder. Don't fall for it, William. It is manipulation. Pure bullshit. But something inside me. Something stupid. Stubborn. Desperately paternal. Wants to believe. Needs to believe. What if he is sorry? What if Rachel forced him to do everything? What if he really didn't know? Henry rips the phone out of my hands. Enough. You saw the messages, the audios. He planned everything, every detail, every step. That message is so you lower your guard, so you doubt. Don't fall for it. But I already fell. My hands tremble. I write. Fast. Before I regret it. Son, I need to talk to you. Before the funeral, it is urgent. Please, send. The message goes out. 1 gray check mark, then 2 gray. Sent but not delivered. I wait. 5 seconds. 10. The check marks turn blue. Delivered. Read. Seen. And I wait. 1 minute. 2. 5. 10. The screen turns off. I turn it on. Nothing. 15 minutes. Vibrate. Response from Robert. Dad, I am in the middle of the funeral preparations. It is crazy. Many people. A lot to organize. We talk after the burial. Relax. Everything is going to be fine. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. Again. He tells me as if it were normal. As a farewell. As a closure? I can't. I can't accept that. I need to hear his voice. I need him to tell me he loves me. That this is a mistake. I dial his number. With clumsy fingers. Trembling. It rings. Once. My heart beats in my ears. Twice. Strong. Desperate. 3 times. Voicemail. Hi. This is Robert Miller, architect. I cannot answer right now. Please leave your message after the tone. Vibrate. I hang up. I dial again. Desperate. Obsessive. Rings once. Cut off. Straight to voicemail. He rejected me. I call again. Another time. Voicemail. Another voicemail. My son is rejecting my calls. The night before my funeral. Knowing I am dead. Knowing tomorrow he is going to bury me. And he doesn't want to talk to me. Not even that. Henry takes the phone away. Enough, William. His voice firm. Hard. Listen to me well. That boy you raised died. I don't know when. I don't know how. But he died. Ambition killed him. That snake Rachel killed him. What remains now is a shell. A stranger with your son's face. With his voice. But it is not him. He grabs me by the shoulders. Shakes me. Tomorrow you are going to go to that funeral. You are going to stand in front of him. And you are going to bury the Robert you loved. The one who no longer exists. And the one who remains. That one is going to pay for what he did. I nod. But the tears fall. Hot. Bitter. Henry hugs me. Cry. Cry all you need. But tomorrow you stand like a man. Like the William who built buildings with his hands. And you reclaim your dignity. Knock on the door. 2 a.m. 3 loud knocks. Henry goes. Opens. And a hurricane enters. Lily. My daughter. Suitcase in hand. Messy hair. Deep dark circles. Wrinkled clothes. But it is her. My girl. She sees me. And she breaks. Drops the suitcase. Runs. Throws herself into my arms. Dad. 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 She repeats it like a mantra. Like a prayer. As if she needed to confirm I am real. That I am alive. And I hug her. So tight it hurts her. I can feel her trembling. Sobbing against my chest. I'm sorry, my girl. Sorry for not calling you sooner. For not. She covers my mouth with her hand. No, you don't have to apologize. He does. That son of a bitch does. Lily pulls away. Grabs my face with both hands. Looks at me. Emma's eyes. Green. Teary. Did he do this to you? Did Robert do this to you? She touches my dark circles. The sunken cheekbones. The skinny arms. I nod. I can't speak. She turns pale. She wobbles. Henry grabs her, sits her down, brings her water. Drink. Slowly. And he tells her everything. Every message. Every audio. Every plan. Lily listens. Quiet. Tears falling without sound. Like Emma. My wife always cried like that. In silence. Without making a scene. Holding everything inside until she burst. Lily is the same. When Henry finishes, she stays still, staring at the wall, processing. And then she speaks. Low voice. Broken. I knew something was wrong. Lily takes out her phone. Hands trembling. Enters WhatsApp. Searches. Look, Dad. 6 months ago I tried to call you, but Robert answered. He told me. Her voice breaks. He told me you were angry with me, that you said I had abandoned you, that I went to London just for money, that I was ungrateful. She shows me messages. From Robert to her. Lily, Dad wants nothing to do with you. He says you never visited him when Mom was sick, that you left and left him alone. Respect his decision. Leave him alone. Another message. Dad says you don't deserve an inheritance, that everything he has is for me, for those of us who were there, for those of us who took care of him. She looks at me, destroyed. Did you say that, Dad? I shake my head. Desperate, never, ever. I looked for you. I called you. But he kept me away from you. Lily finishes. She wipes her eyes with rage, with fury. He made me believe you hated me. And I believed him, because he is my older brother, because I thought he was really with you, that he was taking care of you. She breaks, cries, loud, ugly, with sounds of a wounded animal, and I hug her, and we cry together, for the lost time, for the lies, for the calls I never made because I thought she didn't want to know about me, for the times she called and Robert told her I was asleep, busy, angry, for the family Robert destroyed with lies. Henry lets us cry, brings us water, coffee, bread, and when we calm down he speaks. Serious voice, firm. Okay, enough tears. Tomorrow at 10 that son of a bitch is going to see what it feels like when the dead man resurrects. And for the first time in days, I smile. Lily grabs my hand. We go together, Dad. You, me and Mr. Henry. We are going to enter that church. And we are going to show Robert he didn't win, that he cannot erase you, that you are alive and that I never abandoned you. Henry nods. I have everything ready, the evidence, the audios, the messages, the true will. Tomorrow, Robert not only loses the inheritance, he loses his freedom. Rose already filed a report. The police are going to be outside the church, waiting. I stand up, slowly, with Lily's help. So tomorrow I am not going to my funeral. I am going to my son's, to the burial of the Robert I loved, because that one is already dead, and the one who remains. That one is going to pay for me, for Emma, for Lily, for everyone. Thursday, April 24th, 9 in the morning. Henry helps me dress. Everything hurts. My legs don't respond well. My arms are heavy. But I put on the suit. Black, the same one I wore at Emma's funeral 3 years ago. Smells like mothballs. Stored away, like memories. The white shirt, it doesn't fit me anymore. It hangs. I have lost 30 pounds. 40. The gray tie. Henry knots it for me. My hands tremble too much. Lily combs my hair. With water, with gel, trying to make me look presentable. You look handsome, Dad. She lies. I know. The mirror reflects a skeleton with skin. But I am alive, and that is what matters. That I am alive to face them. We get into Henry's car, an old white sedan from the 90s. Dented, but it works. He drives slowly, through the streets of downtown, 8 blocks to the church. I see normal people, walking, buying groceries, children going to school, normal life. While I am on my way to my own funeral, Henry parks half a block from the church. There it is. I see the cars. Many. BMW, Mercedes, Audis. Robert's rich friends. The ones who never greeted me when I arrived. Henry turns off the engine. Ready? No, I am not ready. But I nod. Let's go. Lily helps me down. Gives me the cane. Wooden. Old. The same one my father used. The one Henry kept all these years. We walk. Slowly. Me in front, Lily on my right, holding my arm. Henry on my left, like guards, like family. I can see the entrance of St. Jude Church, the stone facade, the carved wooden doors, and the flowers. My God, the flowers, huge arrangements, white, lilies, roses, orchids, with purple ribbons, gold, in memory of William Miller. Rest in peace, friend. You were a great man, lies written on silk, spent with my money, to mourn a dead man who is not dead. The door is open, music comes out, organ, Ave Maria, the same one they played at Emma's funeral. Rachel thought of everything. I stop at the entrance, right on the threshold. From here I can see everything. The church full, 200 people, maybe 300, all in black, sitting on the wooden pews, and in front, the casket, my casket, black, shiny, sealed, with my name engraved on a gold plate, William Miller, 1950, 2025, 74 years, wreaths around, candles lit, and Robert, my son, first row, sitting next to the casket, black suit, black tie, white handkerchief in hand. He brings it to his eyes, like wiping away tears. But there are no tears. I see his face, dry, hard, waiting for the mass to end, waiting to read the will, waiting to count the money. Rachel is by his side, black dress, but it is not a mourning dress. It is elegant, tight, low cut, with red heels. Red. At my funeral, her hair is loose, perfect makeup, red lips. She doesn't look like a widow. She looks like a model. She smiles, talks to someone next to her. A woman whispers something in her ear, laughs, softly. At my funeral, Mason is between them, my grandson, with a little black suit, too big, the sleeves hang. He is sitting, still, staring at the casket, confused, scared. He doesn't understand why he is there. Why Grandpa doesn't move? Father Thomas is at the altar, with white robes, raising the host, the body of Christ. The people respond, Amen. They are taking communion at my funeral, eating the body of Christ while my fake body rests in a box. It is time, says Henry. His voice pulls me out of the trance. I breathe deep, once, twice, 3 times. The air enters with difficulty, as if my lungs were full of water. Lily squeezes my arm. I am with you, Dad, until the end. Henry stands on the other side. And me too, buddy. Let's go. And I start walking, slowly, step by step. The cane hits the marble floor. Tap, tap, tap. The sound echoes, loud, in the silence of the Mass. Some turn around. A man in the last pew opens his eyes, huge, brings his hand to his mouth. A woman sees him, screams, My God, stands up, crosses herself, once, twice, 3 times, fast. Like an exorcism, more people turn. The murmur grows, like a wave. It is him. It cannot be. William, William, he is alive. How? I keep walking, without stopping, looking straight ahead, at the casket, at Robert, who hasn't turned around yet. He is distracted, looking at his phone, hidden in his pocket. Father Thomas sees me. He is coming down from the altar, with the chalice in his hands. He sees me. He drops it. The chalice bounces on the marble floor. Wine spilling. Red. Like blood. He brings his hands to his chest. Crosses himself. Holy sacrament! His voice comes out broken. William. But, Robert said. He cannot finish. Robert hears his name, turns around, annoyed, and sees me. Our eyes meet, 10 feet away. His eyes open, like plates. His mouth, too. Pure shock. He stands up, wobbling. Dad. Rachel turns, sees Robert, pale, then she sees me, and lets out a scream. Sharp, hysterical, like in a horror movie. She stands up abruptly. The pew creaks, steps back, trips over her purse, over her heels, twists her ankle, falls, hitting against the pew behind. Mason screams. Mommy, confused, scared. Robert doesn't move, frozen, looking at me, as if he saw a ghost. And maybe I am a ghost, the ghost of his conscience, of his betrayal, of his greed. The church explodes, people standing up, screaming, crying, running towards me. Mr. Miller, he is alive. It is a miracle. Thank God. They surround me. They touch me. They hug me, as if they needed to confirm I am real, that it is not a hallucination. But I only look at Robert, who is still there, paralyzed, white as paper. He has something in his right hand, an envelope, yellow, with seals, the will, the fake one, the one he was going to read after burying me. I walk towards him. The people part, like a sea opening, total silence. Only my steps. Tap, 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 and my breathing, heavy. I arrive in front of him, 6 feet. I look at him. He looks at me and says nothing. Not Dad. Not you are alive. Not thank God. Nothing. Only fear in his eyes. Pure terror. And I see everything. I see the boy I carried. And I see the man who wanted to kill me. And I don't know which one hurts more. I approach the casket. Put my hand on the wood. Cold. Smooth. Shiny. And I speak. Loud. So everyone listens. So the stone walls carry my voice to the last corner. Sorry for the delay. My voice resonates. Strong. Clear. It doesn't sound like the voice of a dying old man. It sounds like the voice of a man who resurrected. The dead man had to come to see who was really crying. Silence. No one breathes. And then, explosion. Screams. Hysterical crying. People running. Hugging me. Mr. Stephen, the ice cream man, crying. Mr. Miller, I thought I had lost you, Mrs. Rose. My neighbor kissing my hand. Miracle. And I hug them. Everyone, because they really loved me. They really mourned me. But then I turn towards Robert, who is still frozen, with the envelope in his hand. I point at it. That paper you have, son. The word son hurts me coming out, like glass in my throat. It is worth nothing, because the dead man. I smile, but it is not a happy smile. It is a smile of justice, of truth, of the end. The dead man is alive, and has a lot, a whole lot, to say. Lily appears by my side, stands in front of Robert, and slaps him. Hard. The sound echoes, the mark of 5 fingers turning red on his cheek. This, she says, firm voice, furious, is for our father, son of a bitch. I take an envelope from my jacket, from the inside pocket, yellow, thick, sealed, with red notary seals, with signatures in black ink, with dates, with witnesses. I raise it, high, so everyone see. My hand trembles, but I hold it firm. This, my voice resonates in the whole church. This is my true will, the real one, signed 2 months ago, on February 20th. Before Mr. Phillips, Public Notary number 112, with 3 witnesses present. Everything legal, everything valid, everything in order. People murmur, confused. Robert turns paler, if that is possible, and then, a voice from the back, I confirm. Mr. Phillips, standing in the last pew, gray suit, briefcase, walks to the front, slowly, with authority. I drafted that document. It is registered, certified, and it is valid before any court. Robert finds his voice. Comes out broken, desperate. Dad, I don't understand. You died. The doctor said that your heart. I laugh. I cannot avoid it. A bitter laugh. Dry. Without humor. The doctor? You refer to Dr. Henderson? I say his full name. Clear. Loud. The one you paid $20,000 to kill me? 10,000 now? And 10,000 after the burial? That doctor? The whole church gasps. A collective gasp. As if everyone had received a blow. Robert shakes his head. Frantic. Hands in front. No. No. That is not true. I never. Never. That is a lie? I interrupt him, and I take out another paper. Henry gave it to me this morning. Is this a lie? It is a screenshot, enlarged, of a bank transfer, $20,000, from your account to Dr. Henderson's account. Date, March 20th, Concept. Professional services. The church explodes. Screams. Insults. Murderer! Unnatural son! Rotten jail! Two men stand up. They want to grab Robert. Henry stops them. Calm down. Justice is coming. Lily approaches Robert. Slowly, like a hunter, and gives him a slap. Hard, with the whole open hand. The sound echoes like a shot. Robert brings his hand to his cheek. Red, with the mark of 5 fingers. Teary eyes. But not from sadness, from physical pain, from humiliation. Lily looks at him with pure disgust. This is for our father. Son of a bitch! You killed your own father. You kept me away from him with lies. You made me believe he hated me. That I was the bad daughter, she cries, but doesn't stop. And I believed you. I believed you because you are my brother, because I thought you would never lie to me. She gives him another slap. Harder. Robert falls to his knees. You are a monster. Rachel tries to stand up. Defend herself. Defend Robert. This is ridiculous. William is senile. He is inventing things. Henry appears behind her, puts his hand on her shoulder, hard, pushes her back to the pew. Sit down. Shut up. Your turn is coming, and believe me, it is going to be worse. Rachel looks at him with hate, but sits down, calculating, already thinking of lawyers, of defenses, of how to get out of this. I open the envelope, take out the pages. 5 sheets, printed, with letterhead, with seals. I unfold them. My hands tremble, but I read loud. Clear, so everyone hears. I, William Miller, American citizen, 74 years of age, in full use of my mental faculties, declare null and void any previous will. I keep reading. My voice comes out firmer, stronger. I declare that all my assets, properties, bank accounts, investments, and complete estate will be destined to create the Emma Miller Foundation for Senior Aid, with the objective of helping elderly women and men abandoned by their families, victims of economic abuse, victims of mistreatment, victims of ungrateful children. I pause. Look at Robert, straight in the eyes. To my son Robert Miller, I leave exactly the same thing he left me. Nothing. 0. Not a dollar. Not a cent. The church roars. Applause. Shouts. Well done. That's it. Robert has his face in his hands, sobbing. But I don't know if they are real tears, or of frustration, of rage, of having lost. Besides, I raise my voice. Everyone goes quiet. The properties sold illegally by Robert Miller, using fraudulent power of attorney, will be recovered through legal process. All money transferred to offshore accounts, specifically in the name of Rachel Miller, will be tracked, frozen, and returned. And Robert Miller and Rachel Miller will face criminal charges for aggravated fraud, falsification of official documents, identity theft, and attempted qualified homicide. The church explodes, total chaos. People screaming, crying. Some try to get to Robert, others to Rachel. Henry and 2 more men surround them, protecting them, not out of kindness, but because justice has to be legal, not a lynching. Grandpa? A little voice. Mason, my grandson. He stands up, confused, scared, looks at me. Grandpa, are you alive? His voice trembles, breaks, ranks, runs towards me. Among the people, small, scared. I bend down. My knees hurt. Everything hurts. But I pick him up. He is heavy. He has grown. 20 pounds more than the last time. I hug him tight. He buries his face in my neck. Cries. Snot and tears wetting me. Yes, my love, I am alive. Your grandpa is alive. He sobs. But Mommy said you were going to heaven, that you were going to see Grandma, that you were not coming back. I look him in the eyes, those eyes that look like Emma, my wife. Your mommy lied. Mason, about many things, about everything, but I am here, and I am not going anywhere. Robert kneels, literally, on the marble floor, hands together, like praying. But he doesn't pray to God, he prays to me. Dad, Please, please, listen to me. It was her. It was Rachel. She forced me. She manipulated me. She told me you were suffering, that it was better this way, that it was an act of mercy, he cries. Tears and snot. Ugly. Dad. I never wanted to. I love you. You are my father. Rachel explodes, stands up abruptly, screams at him. What? Coward. Fucking coward. You planned everything. You said it was time for your father to die, that he was already a nuisance, that he was a burden. They go crazy, screaming at each other. Robert, you pressured me. You wanted the money. Rachel, you wanted the inheritance. You signed everything. The church watches, horrified, fascinated, seeing the truth rotting in real time. The main doors open. 2 police officers enter, uniformed, with handcuffs. Rose called them an hour ago. From outside, they walk with authority, with firm steps. One grabs Robert by the arm, lifts him up, roughly, puts his hands behind his back. Click, click, handcuffs. The other does the same to Rachel. She screams, "Let me go! You have no right! This is abuse!" The officer doesn't look at her. Robert Miller and Rachel Miller are under arrest for the crimes of attempted aggravated fraud, falsification of official documents, conspiracy to commit qualified homicide, and elder abuse. You have the right to remain silent. They read them their rights. Complete. While the church watches in silence, Robert turns, looks at me. One last time. Red eyes. Dad, forgive me. Please, forgive me. And for a second, a damn second that destroys me, I see the 5-year-old boy, the one who ran on the site with the rusty nail, the one who asked me for ice cream, the one who told me, when I grow up, I want to be like you, Dad. I see that boy looking at me from those adult eyes, asking for forgiveness, asking for a chance. And something inside me wants to give in, wants to hug him, wants to say, "It is okay, son. Everything is forgiven." But I can't, because that boy died years ago. And the one who remains is a stranger. I breathe deep. I forgave you 1,000 times in life, Robert. Every time you lied to me, every time you stole from me, every time you gave me those pills to kill me slowly. My voice comes out hard, cold. But now I am dead to you, legally, emotionally, completely, just as you are dead to me. The officers take him away. Dad, Dad, please, don't do this. I am your son, he screams, dragging his feet, struggling, but they take him away. Rachel goes quiet, cold, no longer screaming, already calculating her defense, her lies, her version. Mason cries harder in my arms. Are they taking my dad and my mommy? Lily approaches, takes him gently from me. She carries him. Yes, my love. But you are going to be fine, I promise. You are going to be with Grandpa, with me, with people who really love you. She hugs him. He clings to her, like a castaway to a plank, like the only life jacket in the sea. I approach the casket. Look at it, black, shiny, closed, with my name. I put my hands on the lid and open it. Slow. The hinges creak inside. Empty, completely empty. No body, no nothing. Only the white silk lining. Empty like my son's promises. I close it. Dry blow. Definitive. Father Thomas. The priest approaches, trembling still. There will be no funeral today. But if you can, pray for my son. Because the one who is dead is not me. It is him. He died a long time ago, when he chose money over his father, and I just realized it. 6 months later, June, summer, I am sitting in the garden of Lily's house, a small house she bought in the suburbs, with a garden, with trees, with flowers she planted, bougainvillea, jasmine, Emma's favorites. Mason plays with a ball, soccer ball, red and white, running barefoot on the grass, laughing, screaming with that high-pitched voice of a happy child. Grandpa, Grandpa, catch it. He throws the ball. I catch it. Badly. It bounces off my hands. My reflexes are not the same. I am 75 years old. But he laughs. And runs to get it, and throws it again, and that laugh. That pure laugh of a child who doesn't carry adult guilt. That smile without sadness, without fear, without confusion. That makes it all worth it. The Emma Miller Foundation is working. Office downtown, Main Street, 3rd floor, with a green sign outside, with a logo, a heart surrounding a house. We have 10 employees, 3 lawyers, 2 social workers, 2 psychologists, an accountant, 2 receptionists, and me, as honorary president. So far we have helped 60 women. 60. Older women kicked out of their homes by abusive children, by greedy daughters-in-law. Women robbed, deceived, forgotten. Women who thought they would die alone on the street. And also men. Old men like me. Who trusted, who believed in their children, who worked 50 years to give them a future, and who paid for that trust with their dignity, with their assets, with their health. We give them temporary shelter, free legal advice, therapy. What I didn't have, but that they are going to have. Robert is in prison, state penitentiary, 10-year sentence, for aggravated fraud, for conspiracy, for falsification of documents, for attempted homicide. Rachel, too, women's prison. 8 years, could have been more. But her lawyer negotiated. They divorced, inside, in jail. She asked for the divorce after 2 months. He signed without fighting. They blame each other, in the hearings, in the appeals. Robert says Rachel manipulated him. Rachel says Robert was the brain. Both lie. Both are guilty. And I don't care anymore. Robert tried to write to me 3 times. Long letters. 5 pages. Handwritten, with shaky handwriting, teary, asking for forgiveness, blaming Rachel, blaming stress, blaming everything except himself, telling me I am still his father, that he loves me, that he made mistakes. I tore them up, all 3, without reading them completely, without finishing them, because I have a son. Biologically, yes, but that son died the day he decided to kill me, and I already mourned him. I already buried him. I already let him go. Mason lives with us. Lily has his permanent custody. Legal, definitive. He goes to child therapy with Dr. Martha twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. He struggles to understand still. He is very young. He is 8 years old. How do you explain to a child that his parents wanted to kill his grandfather for money? You can't. You can only give him love, stability, truth little by little. Sometimes he asks, "Grandpa, why did Daddy and Mommy do that? Why did they want you to die?" And I don't know what to answer. It hurts every time, like a new dagger, because they missed out on my love, because they chose wrong things. Money, greed, instead of family, instead of love. And he nods, without really understanding, because he is 8 years old, but with time, with love, with therapy, he is going to be fine. He is going to heal, I hope. Henry comes every Sunday, like clockwork, 11 in the morning, with his basket, brings bread, fresh bread and pastries from his bakery, croissants, danishes, still warm, smelling of butter, of sugar, of home. We cook together. He makes his famous cinnamon rolls, even if it's not a holiday, because he says bread has no calendar. I make grilled meat, on the charcoal grill, with lemon, with salt, like in the old times, when Emma lived, when Robert and Lily were children, when they came on Sundays to eat, when we believed family was forever, when we thought blood was unbreakable. Now I know not. Family is not blood. Family is not a last name. Family is loyalty. It is love. It is being present when everything falls apart. It is holding on when everyone lets go. And Henry was always there. 50 years of friendship, and he never failed me. I visit Emma's grave every Friday, religiously. Garden Cemetery, Section C, Grave 23. I bring flowers, always white lilies, her favorites. I buy them at the stand at the entrance, $5 a bunch. I tell her everything. I sit on the grass, with crossed legs, like an Indian. My knees hurt, but I stay. You were right, love. About Rachel, about Robert, about everything. You told me before dying. You told me that woman was going to change our son, that she was going to poison him, and I didn't listen to you. Sorry. I clean the tombstone with a cloth. Remove the dry leaves, the weeds that grow around. Lily is fine, very fine. She looks so much like you. Strong, loyal, real, without masks. Mason, too. He has your eyes, those green eyes, and your smile. I wish you knew him now. He is healing. Sometimes I think about what could have been different, about the signs I didn't see, or that I saw and ignored. If I had been stricter with Robert, if I had said no more times, if I had not paid for that expensive wedding, if I had not signed that power of attorney, if I had talked more with Lily, if I had called her more often, if, the most useless word in the language, because the past doesn't change, doesn't get erased, doesn't get rewritten, it is only accepted, carried, learned from, and I accept. I accept I lost a son, that the Robert I loved no longer exists, that he died or never really existed. But I also won. I won a daughter who came back, a grandson who is healing, a friend who was always there, a new life, a second chance. It is not the life I imagined. It is not the family I dreamed of when Emma and I got married 50 years ago, but it is the one I have, and the one I deserve. And it is enough. Father Thomas came to visit me 2 weeks ago, appeared without warning, knocking on the door, with his black cassock, his Bible under his arm. Lily served him coffee. We sat in the garden, under the shade of the lemon tree. William, I need to ask you something. He drank his coffee slowly. Have you thought about forgiving Robert? Really, in your heart? I poured him more coffee. I thought before answering. Father, I forgave Robert. Months ago, the day I walked out of his fake funeral, I forgave. For me, not for him. I forgave so I could sleep without nightmares, so I could eat breakfast without nausea, so I could smile, so I could hug Mason without feeling rage poisoning the hug. Pause. But forgiving doesn't mean forgetting. It doesn't mean going back. It doesn't mean pretending nothing happened. It doesn't mean giving him another chance to kill me. He is my son, I told Father Thomas. The words hurt me coming out, and he will always be, biologically, legally, until I die, with the right to protect myself. And that man cannot hug the one who wanted to kill him, cannot sit down to eat with the one who poisoned him, cannot pretend everything is fine when everything is broken beyond repair. Father Thomas nodded, slowly, understanding. God understands. William, forgiveness is not weakness, and boundaries are not sin. He is proud of you, for surviving, for rebuilding yourself, for helping others. I don't know if God exists. Honestly, I don't know, but I know Emma exists, in every flower Lily plants, in every laugh of Mason, in every memory I have, and that is enough for me. Today is my birthday, 75 years, 3/4 of a century. Lily made a cake, chocolate, Emma's favorite, with 3 layers, with caramel filling. Mason decorated, put the candles, 75. We had to buy 2 packs. Henry arrives early, with his bread, with his strong hug. Congratulations, buddy, 75. You are a warrior. He laughs. Although you almost didn't tell it, we laugh. Everyone. Lily brings the cake. We sing. Out of tune. Happy. Make a wish, Grandpa, says Mason. I close my eyes, and I think, I don't ask for Robert to come back. I don't ask for the past to change. I don't ask for revenge. I don't ask for justice. That already happened. I ask for this. This moment, this table, this laughter, this imperfect but real family. Let it last, as long as it can, until God or life decide to take me. I blow the candles, in one go, with all the air I have in these old lungs. Some go out, others resist. Mason gets closer, blows with me, and between the two of us, we put them all out. We did it, Grandpa. We are a team. He hugs me and I close my eyes, and I feel peace, for the first time in years. True peace, because I understood something that took me 75 years to learn, that life is not fair, that families break, that children betray, that the people you love most can be the ones who hurt you the most. But I also understood that one can die, be declared dead officially, be buried symbolically, be mourned falsely, and still can resurrect, not in body. That one remains the same. Old, tired, scarred, but in spirit, in dignity, in the capacity to trust again, to love again, to build again. And that is the true miracle, not resurrecting for revenge, but resurrecting to live again. And you, if you discovered that someone you love is planning your death, what would you do? Would you confront knowing you are going to lose that person forever? Would you forgive and risk them trying again? Or would you do what I did? Resurrect to show that the truth always comes to light? If this story moved something inside you, leave me your comment down here. Tell me, did you ever trust someone who betrayed you? How did you overcome it? Could you forgive? And if this story made you feel, like and subscribe to the channel. Because every story we tell can save someone from living what I lived, can open the eyes of someone who is being poisoned right now and doesn't know it. Thank you for listening to me, for being here, for witnessing my resurrection. A huge hug from wherever you are. And remember, never is it too late to resurrect. Until the next story.